completely wrong. That's all there is to it. It's completely wrong, and I've been beating this horse so long, it's crazy.
Tonight, we continue our investigation on who's inspecting the inspectors after demands for change from two brothers who know the ride industry inside and out. Thank you for staying with us tonight at 6. I'm Mike Jackson.
I'm Colleen Marshall. We promised you answers after the Bates brothers sounded the alarm about what they call a big flaw in Ohio's ride inspection program.
They say they're shocked by what we found out. NBC4's Katie Farrell joins us now in the studio with what she's learned about Ohio's ride manual requirements. Katie.
Mike, Colleen, the Bates brothers are the biggest provider of portable rides in Ohio and one of the biggest manufacturers in the state. They say to really know how a ride works and to do a proper inspection, you need a ride manual. We learned the state doesn't have them.
It tells you how to set up things.
These are ride manuals.
They should have this kind of information.
The Bates brothers say they're roadmaps to every gear, switch, and light on a ride. A guide to know how to set up, operate, and troubleshoot them. The Ohio Department of Agriculture doesn't require to have them on file.
How can they inspect a ride safely, properly, if they're not trained by somebody, or at least have paperwork on it?
Currently, the manuals are kept with the operator. ODA Communications Director Mark Bruce wrote me in an email that they keep the manuals, safety bulletins, and other materials associated with the particular ride with the ride at all times it's in Ohio. The ODA says it doesn't require materials to be sent from manufacturers, but does obtain them for reference and research purposes. The Bates brothers argue the inspectors should be studying the manuals well before the ride ever enters the state.
You buy a new car, you get a manual.
The Bates family says things have changed. They bought their first ride in 1965 for $30,000. This one today costs $1 million. It has thousands of parts. One reason they say having the manuals is so important.
They call it non-destructive testing.
Eric Bates says it's critical for inspectors to have them before they get to the ride.
They can't know how the ride works because they don't get the information.
The Bates tell me they're speaking out because it's their responsibility to try and prevent another tragedy.
When you hurt somebody, I can't sleep at nights. It's a bad deal when I see what's going on.
Now, the Bates say having the ride manuals is an ASTM recommendation. ASTM is the industry standard setting group. Right now, the ODA says it only follows some of those standards. All the industry experts I've spoken with say Ohio should be following all of them.
So how do you get change here? I mean, these brothers who are in the industry are obviously concerned. Is this a legislative issue?
Right. You know, it seems like the law is the way to go, changing the law and changing the Ohio code. I've reached out to several lawmakers asking what's it going to take and if any of them will step up and maybe introduce new legislation. I'll keep you updated with what I find out.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thanks,
Katie.